morning.
Hola, estamos aquí en la Ciudad de Mexico.
Yep, so we're in Mexico. We got in last night. What time did we get in last night?
6.
We got in at 6?
Yep.
So then we went and talked to our Airbnb person, Paulina. And then what? We went out to dinner, and then this morning we just wandered around town.
Yeah, about a 5-block radius.
Yeah.
Around town.
That's what we've been up to.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Video stuff is hard.
Yeah, video stuff is awkward. Real awkward.
But
we're gonna try.
But it's been fun so far. Yeah, we're doing this so we can remember what we did.
Yeah.
What was the restaurant last night called?
That was A Carbon. So it's like AAH Carbon. It was supposed to be like a burger place, but we got tacos and a salad. It was actually, I think this is going to be a thing that is pretty regular when we go to restaurants, that it's going to be difficult for me to find food because I'm vegetarian. And like half the time we were sitting there like talking with the waiter, like trying to like ask him what he had that was vegetarian. And so we ended up with like this like sort of artsy apple salad.
It was not artsy, but it was
a little artsy.
It was an
like
apple
these
salad
like
with
large
huge
slices of cheese.
queso.
I thought it was like a deli meat at first, but it was like slices of cheese.
Big slices of queso, big slices of manzanas, apples, and like there was some fresh crema like crumbled on top of it, and some walnuts.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good. And then I had dos tacos de bistec. It's like tacos with beef, but it's like kind of not like shredded beef, but ground beef, but not super ground beef. But anyways, it was really good. And like this huge, it was an onion that was like this big.
Oh yeah, a little baby onion.
It was a whole onion just laying on top of this small taco, and then some melted queso on top with some more queso fresco. And we had some Sprites.
Yeah, we kind of already broke the rule about the no ice. The guy just kind of handed us cups with the bottles of Sprite, and he poured it in. And I was like, I'm just going to drink it as fast as I can so the ice doesn't melt.
Yeah.
And then, so we already kind of broke that rule. We're going to try and be more careful about that. But we didn't have any problems with it, so yay.
Today I had tacos too. Oh, wait, Vince got to have, what is it called again?
Nopales.
So it's like cactus.
Yeah, it's like a fried cactus that I think they like pickled it.
It was like it was like a pickled cactus salad with onions and peppers.
Yep, put that on a taco and then had some avocado in it, some salt and lime. Yeah, there are punch buggies everywhere here. There's old ones, there are new ones, they're all over.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really excited that he ate some cactus. That was fun with salt and pepper. And then we ordered 3 tortillas for his lunch, and it came in this
it was like sort of like
container.
A warming box.
Yeah, it came in like its own little warming box, which is something that we hadn't seen before. Dos Cocas.
Yeah, the Mexican Coca-Cola, way better than the American stuff.
Yeah, it's like real Coca-Cola in the bottle still. And I had 2 tacos with like all the meat. It was just like a bunch of carnitas and 2 types of salsa with cilantro and lime. Always put the lime on your tacos. So good. So good.
So we should talk about so that was the food this morning. The salad and stuff was from last night.
Yeah.
But there were like when we went out with the Airbnb host last night to that restaurant, and we saw some things. There was like this stray cat wandering around outside that was so dirty.
He was so cute though.
He was so dirty.
He was so cute.
And then
we were like
this
and
homeless...
me and Paulina loves cats, and I kind of like picked Paulina for Airbnb because her name on Airbnb was literally Paulina Cats. So I was like, oh yeah, we definitely got to stay here. And she has like cats all over her walls, and she has one cat named Gray. He's this huge, I don't know what type of cat this thing is. It's a big giant cat.
He's a floofy gray cat.
He's a big giant cat, but like his body is big too.
Yeah, he's very tall for a cat.
And then the other cat, and well, Gray is 2 years old, and Rocky is 5 years old, but he's much smaller than Gray, and he's this orange cat. But they're both really pretty cats. And anyway, so we saw this dirty cat outside, and then Paulina asked us, "What do we call that in English? Like, how do we call something that lives on the street?" And I was like, a bum. And she was like, "But bum is a bad word, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're right.
Kind of a
Bum
bad
is a
word.
bad word." And she was like, "Don't you say homeless?" And we were like, yeah, homeless is better. But then I felt like we spoke up homeless, because then this homeless guy came in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And he was like foaming at the mouth, and
Like I think he was missing an eye. He was
Another punch buggy?
he was like walking on crutches. He at least had his like one leg folded at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't tell. I didn't look. I
He
didn't
had a
spend that much
leg.
time studying. I thought
had a
for a
leg.
minute at least that he was missing his leg below the knee.
no, he
So
had a
like
leg.
he came right up to the table, and the other waiters were kind of like looking at us, looking at him, like, should we kick him out?
Yeah,
He kind of went away, so it wasn't that big a deal, but it was surprising.
yeah. As far as speaking Spanish here, I mean, of course I'm nervous. Paulina last night made it more comfortable to speak Spanish and mess up, but
Yeah, because she's learning English. And she said she spent a bunch of time in New York.
yeah.
And
Also,
that she used to be
Paulina,
a server in New York, and then where else did she say?
she went to Ireland to learn English, so
So
that's like
she
a
was saying that
way
the English
different
is very different.
Yeah, but Paulina's an abogada. She's a lawyer here, which I thought was really cool. She had a bunch of like lawyer books and stuff. And I don't know, I just feel more comfortable when I have a Spanish-speaking person with me, and we, try to understand each other and speak Spanish together. Simply walking down the street is a little nerve-wracking.
I mean, the streets are real comfortable, though. It's not like
Yeah.
we're like scared for our lives or something.
No,
like that.
not like that, but it's just like...
This actually feels a lot like Japan as far as like the size of the buildings and the way they're clustered together.
Yeah.
The building materials are different.
Well, I've never been to Japan, but...
Right, I know.
Yeah, just overall, though, speaking Spanish is like... I'm beating myself up because I can't speak it perfectly, but...
You are doing way better than I am. At least you can keep up. Like
Yeah.
I'm like watching you, watching her, watching you, watching her, and
Yeah.
like I can hear everything you're saying, and I get like 75% of it, but like I can't like keep up and like,
Can't like
speak
say,
at the same
there's
pace.
another punch monkey coming down the street.
We're gonna end up with a lot of bruises.
And yeah, so I can't wait to meet my friend Nydia like face to face today, so we can. Nydia speaks more Spanish than Paulina, and also she'll be with her boyfriend Ricardo. So they're gonna show us around a little bit. I think we want to meet them in the center of the city.
We're gonna go see Lucha Libre tomorrow.
Yeah,
some masked wrestlers.
Tomorrow we're gonna go, see some wrestling, and that's gonna be really fun. I think I'm going to actually drink.
Think drinking tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we should drink tomorrow.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't feel like an urge to party or like go out and
Right,
drink.
right,
It's
no.
definitely like a
Just like a-
studious trip right now, and like a eating and just like relaxation before going back to the real world. And oh my God, I feel so bad because like all of our meals have been under $10.
Yeah, for both of us.
Yeah, for both of us.
So
Like, yeah. So yeah, I guess that's been our time.
yeah. Our travel wasn't
what
too
else?
hard. We mostly slept on the bus, mostly slept on the plane.
Yeah.
Obligatory small child on the plane. Said hello to everyone. Didn't really cry too much. There was a little bit where they were kind of complaining, but it was a pretty nice trip.
This kid was
Our bus driver on the way up, there was another bus driver who hopped on like halfway through the ride. I guess he was like going to wherever he was going to get on to drive another bus, and he was like
Chicago.
quizzing our driver Joe. Joe like seemed like a young guy. He didn't seem much older than us, but apparently he'd been driving for like 10 years on these like tour buses and stuff. And
Yeah.
like when we pulled up to Chicago, like he was like pointing at like some of the bums, like that guy is there every time selling stuff, man. Like every time, it's like he seemed to know where everybody hung out as far as the homeless population. But I don't know what else did we. Oh, the driver from the bus to the
Hector.
airport.
Hector was fun,
No.
actually.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
Hector was the driver from the airport to here. I was gonna talk about the driver from
Your
the
mom's
bus
house
to the
to
airport,
the-
because that guy he was really helpful. He got us to the airport on time, but he had 0 turn signals. So he was like weaving in and out of traffic with like no, like I'm just gonna go there and they're just gonna know that I'm there.
Yeah, for sure.
Had a little bit of a panic at the airport because we got there and the check-in desk was closed.
Yeah, we got there too late for the check-in desk. That opened, or that closed in an hour, like the hour before the plane had left, and we got there like 30 minutes before the plane had
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rush. So like we got there and they were like pointing us in different directions and like oh, you need to go over there, you need to go over there, and like we finally found the gate that the plane was actually loading at. And
luckily we had our boarding passes already on my phone, so we just had like a QR code that we never really got any paper tickets. We never got paper tickets. We just had the QR codes from the boarding passes on my phone, so we didn't have to go through that process at all. We just missed the baggage claim, and then when we went up to like where the plane was taking off, they checked in our bags for like an extra fee because we were late. But
and that woman was like, she was conducting a circus because we were standing there getting our bag checked in like right at the desk where you're not like right where they're like taking people's tickets so that like they can get on the plane, like, so that's not where we were supposed to be doing that. And she was like handling like 3 other people in line, like asking questions, tearing tickets as we're like getting the bag done. Like she was doing a great job.
I want to talk about Hector though. He was fun.
Yeah, Hector was fun.
Hector drove us from the airport to Paulina's place on Marco Carrillo, and he
was telling us about his family. He's got family all over. It was like
he was born in California.
But like he was born south of the border, right? In Baja California. Is Baja California south of the border, isn't it?
No.
There's a part of California that's south of the border that's not our state, California.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
But I think he was traveling back and forth across the border most of his life.
He said he's from this city though. Yeah. He's from this city, and he has. No, he said he had family in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has family in San Antonio, and we asked him if he which one did he like better, and he said he loved his city, of course, but he liked being up north better because of like the pay rates and stuff. I don't know, I just feel bad. I hate that. Anyways, and then he was also telling us about his experience with Lucha Libre and going to the wrestling matches and stuff, and how people sometimes after the wrestling match they'll like fight each other in the spirit of Lucha Libre and like in the spirit of just being baracho and just being drunk.
And he was telling us this one story where he went out with his buddy and they got drunk and went to a Lucha Libre and they bought the masks.
His cousin,
and like
so Hector bought the mask of El Santo, which is like, because there's like good and bad forces or whatever, and that's like the game, like the good fights the bad. It's like a visual of them fighting each other in a wrestling match. So Hector got the mask of El Santo and his cousin got the mask of the Blue Demon.
Blue Devil.
Yeah, the Blue Devil. And they just got way too drunk, and he said afterwards his cousin couldn't even go on the subway or anything because he was just way too drunk. And
he was drunk, and like the policeman wanted him to take off his mask so they could see his face, and he wouldn't take off the mask.
And he wouldn't take off the mask.
So they had to like walk home or something.
He like embodied the spirit of the Blue Demon. And so we're expecting for tomorrow to be really, really fun, and we get like a history of Lucha Libre, and we get masks as well, and we get to go to a taco place and get cervezas, get some beer. So yeah, it should be an exciting day tomorrow. I would just like to say, I'm looking at it right now. There are literally there are people who have dogs on their leashes, like that's normal. There are people who just walk down the street and their dogs just walk right beside them on the street, and it's so cute. And there are dogs who just walk by themselves. There are dogs who just walk by themselves down the street.
Okay, those dogs in the garage.
Yeah, because everything is like up to the street. Like there's nothing that is like far back from the street. So everything is up to the street, even your garage. So when we walked past his garage, we had walked past it before, and these dogs had barked at us. They'll bark at anything that's walking past. And then one time we had walked back and the dogs were barking, and there was this Asian lady, and she had 2 little poodles walking by too, and they started barking. And then one of the poodles just followed their mom, and then the other poodle was like, no, I'm gonna bark back. So he started barking back at these dogs that are inside of the garage, and we were just like, what the fuck? It was very funny. Yes, so we've been having a good time so far. We're here for 2 weeks, so I think it's best for us to take it slow and just take everything in.
Yeah, especially if we're gonna. I think the wrestling match tomorrow is gonna be late at night, so I think that same area is like where all the museums are, and so we'll probably end up going to museums in the morning, don't you think? Just like in that same area?
Not super early in the morning, but yeah, like
not like 6 in the morning.
Yeah. So, oh, hi puppy.
But yeah, and then when we're trying to go to the pyramids at Teotihuacan.
That's either this weekend or next weekend. I'm voting for next weekend because it's gonna be. The Hector, our driver, said that there's like 700 steps at the pyramids. They saw the biggest pyramid there.
He was saying we had to get out there real early in the morning because it's like a long way off. It's like 2 hours or something like that. Yeah. And then just like it's a huge plaza, so it'll take a while to get around.
And if you want to see the top, like we want to get to the top, obviously we want to have a Rocky moment, and it's like 700 steps.
Right.
So I don't know if we're gonna climb to the top of all of them.
We're gonna be lighter when we go home from this trip.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I won't, because actually.
Because you're eating all the food.
Yeah, because I'm eating all the food. I don't care. All the food will be eaten. There's also some bazaars that we want to go to.
Oh yeah, these like
that are really
places.
close. So Paulina told us about this marketplace, Bazaar Coruña. And we walked past that and saw it. It's so amazing to me. It looks like...
It's like when everything's closed, it looks like storage lockers.
It looks like a locker. Like,
but then they roll up the doors and it's like you get this like small like double closet size space to have your store.
Yeah, and you go inside and it's literally like...
Bugs.
Ew.
It's a lightning bug, it's fine.
And it just like, it becomes this whole thing. It's like Findlay Market in Cincinnati, but way more advanced and like covered and like inside of like a plaza. I don't know how to explain it all the way, but
we'll send you a video.
They sell like shoes, clothes, fruit, meat.
It's a hardware store.
Yeah, hardware store. Like all in this,
like a flip-flop store.
All in this,
some spray, smell good stuff.
All in this space that looks like a small locker. It's wild. So yeah.
That's what we got going. We'll post another update tomorrow. We're hoping that this records, because this is our first time using this camera. Like obviously it recorded, but maybe it didn't get our voice.
Oh, we walked past this park on the way to get something to eat earlier today, and we decided, oh, this is a really nice park. And it's like a divider in the middle of 2 streets, and it's a park with like tropical plants, and also like they look like children's things,
like play sets,
but they're really like places
sets.
to work out.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah,
it's nice. So we'll send another video of that too.
Yeah. Woo.
Talk to you tomorrow.